This is the new BMW M4 CSL, and only 1,000 will be available to the best of BMW's customers. However, only 100 of these will make its way into the UK with a right-hand drive, which explains the starting price in the UK to be £128,820. That's nearly £50,000 more than a standard M4 competition. Quite the premium for an extra 39 brake horsepower of boost, making the CSL a 542 brake horsepower car at 6,000 RPM and 479 pound-feet of torque from 2,500 up to 6,000 RPM. However, the L is for Leichtbau, translated to lightweight for you non-Germans. So BMW has worked extensively to cut down on mass, the resulting total being 1,625 kg. Not exactly an aerial atom, but then 100 kg saving on the overall of the rear-wheel M4 competition definitely is significant. As well as losing weight wherever possible, they really have worked hard in this area. The CSL has bespoke springs and electronic adjustable dampers. It rides 8mm lower, and the rose joints have replaced much of the rubber in the rear axle. Plus, there's a new and extensive cast aluminium brass crisscross across that 3-litre twin turbocharged straight six in the engine bay. So, long story short, it's an M4, but on steroids, with 2 seats, carbon ceramic brakes, a carbon fibre reinforced plastic bonnet, and a boot lid with a rear spoiler E46 style. We also have less sound isolation, a titanium exhaust silencer, and a littler kidney grille. It's still giant, but it's just lighter. Even the chassis electronics have been adjusted. For example, the brilliant M traction system has unique programming for setting 6 to 10, and the automatic gearbox is pretty well mounted and even more aggressive in terms of shift speed. As standard, the CSL comes with Michelin Pilot Cup 2R tyres, but for our cold, most drizzly times with this British weather, the BMW does have the hardcore coupe. It can wear the Pilot Sport 4Ss, probably a wiser decision. However, the point of the CSL is that it's meant to be enjoyable in a wider set of circumstances than the super aggressive previous generation M4 GTS, which featured manually adjustable suspension and a roll cage as standard. Very much a track day car over the occasional road kind of car. The fact you can switch between Comfort Sport, Sport Plus suspension modes on the fly says a lot about the CSL's slightly more rounded approach. Having said that, the CSL is seriously fast on the track. BMW claim a top speed of 190 miles an hour, with a 0 to 62 in 3.4 seconds, and a 0 to 124 miles an hour in 10.6 seconds. But even those numbers don't quite prepare you for when that 3-litre twin turbocharged engine hits in. There's a momentary pause at low revs while it takes a breath. But once those turbos kick in, it's shockingly restless. The 8-speed box is extremely quick to the point of harshness, and the whole car is shot through with precision. The CSL feels different to an M4 coupe. Even if the old GTS was clearly an altogether more focused product, of course, the danger while steering away going fully hardcore on this thing, you might end up with the car having spun out, being aggressive and exciting, and even sometimes too exciting. The CSL certainly makes a good impression. As well as the power, there's a real sense of quality and control to this ride. It's firm, and you can tell the car is rose jointed, but the payback is steering that seems more alive with the feel and a greater sense of connection with the surface. However, there's no escaping this. It's a pretty big machine, and somehow when they apply the sticker CSL to a new M4, it scales and inherits some issues. Like the figment of an automatic gearbox seems strangely odd, and also you can really feel the weight of it in the super softer suspension mode. Dial it up to Sport or even Sport Plus and things tend to improve. But while smooth surfaces suit the CSL nicely, when the ground gets bumpy and the surface feels dry, the car suddenly feels harsh and slightly unsettled. However, there are some standout qualities. The ceramic brakes are super B, even better in the car's stability under braking. It's fantastic, reassuring, so flat and impressive to the surface. The balance is pretty well done too. The texture to the steering can fly away as you reach the limit of the front tyre's grip, but such is the natural of the oversteering balance that makes it barely matter. Perhaps on Cup 2Rs there would be more elegancy, But on the PS4s, it's a drifter's dream. Or, for more usual road driving, it's a car that allows you to impose yourself on the way it goes through a corner. It's adjustable and elegant. Traction is remarkably good in dry conditions too. There are plenty of moments of excitement, some intended, like exiting a corner and feeling like the rear diff lock and firing up along the straight, some less so the way it spins a tyre up over the apex in damp conditions can be heart-stopping. One big thing is that it needs an angrier, more memorable identity. The E46 CSL's roar was a huge part of its appeal on every drive, but the new CSL is barely more aggressive than the standard car. The titanium exhaust delivers the odd thud on the overrun, but the car would feel so much more special with some turbo shrink. For example, the auto box feels like it's been forced down a route. It's not quite designed to navigate to. A dual clutch would be much more preferable. In comparison with the recent form of the M division, the M2 CS and M5 CS, I have heard these are truly fantastic cars. After reporting, this M4 CSL makes me want to do a review on those cars too. In the end, I'm actually quite disappointed with this new M4 CSL. It's impressive at times, but doesn't seem to propose the pure magic of the recent CS models. The crazy identity of the M4 GTS is missing too. Maybe a summer's day and some sticky cut 2Rs would help, but for now, the CSL doesn't seem enough to celebrate the excitement towards 50 years of M cars. Maybe we can see an M2 CSL or another M4 GTS in the near future.